For our monthly conversation with resource conservationist Meghan Pettit with the Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District. She'll give us information on conservation and how to protect our soil, water, and habitat.
Now here is Greg Naftzger and Meghan Pettit.
Good morning, folks. Greg Naftzger in with Meghan Pettit from the Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District. And her official title, I guess, is Resource Conversationalist. Or no, Conservationist. I did that last time, too.
That's okay.
I got my eyes checked last night, and I do need new prescription, so that'll be coming. Well, Megan's got a few items that she wants to run through this morning, but what's going on? What did you learn here this last month about the conservation here?
Let's see. I did a couple of trainings, learned a lot about cover crops and cost share for cover crops. I have a couple seminars coming up about waterways, surveying waterways, putting them in, stuff like that. I'm still getting out and about and doing a bunch of status reviews, so I'm in and out of the office all the time, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's the best. Sitting in office all day is definitely not for me, so I love being out and about. And just so far, still loving it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, what's your first topic here this morning?
Emerald ash borer.
Okay.
So it's an exotic beetle that was discovered in Michigan in 2002. It's a metallic bright green beetle, and it's about the size of a penny. It was accidentally brought here from Asia. So the adults emerge in May, and the females lay their eggs soon after. The larvae bore into the tree, and then they feed on the bark, and it disrupts the tree's ability to transport water and nutrients. So, it'll kill the tree. It's responsible for killing 40 million ash trees in Michigan alone, and millions throughout the United States and Canada. The smaller trees die in roughly 2 years. The larger could take 4 years, but they'll die.
Yeah.
And then any trees around the infestation are likely to become infected and die. Some signs include dieback and thinning on the top third of the canopy. Sprouts will grow at the base of the tree. There's tunnels, which are they're called galleries in the wood grain, and then D-shaped exit holes in the tree, and woodpecker flecking. So the woodpeckers will peck into it and eat the larva out of the tree. That's why you'll see that. If you think you have emerald ash borer, there's a hotline you can call. It's APHIS, the USDA Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service. And to kind of help prevent it, you should buy local firewood, and then burn local firewood. Don't move it across state lines. And you can buy kiln-dried firewood, so it will have been kiln-dried, so all the bugs will have been killed before you get it. Then World Conservation Day. I'm ahead of the game this month. It's July 28th. So it's a day that acknowledges a healthy environment, and it's to raise awareness to help save plants and animals that are facing extinction. There's a few simple ways you can preserve our resources. So water, for instance, you can take shorter showers, shut the faucet off when you're brushing your teeth, use rain barrels to collect water. Some other ways you can help conserve resources: you can plant trees to help reduce soil erosion. You can recycle, carpool with your coworkers if you like them enough. Maybe you won't like them, I don't know. Shut the lights off when you leave a room, and then you can opt for a reusable straw and water bottle. And
good tips. Yep, good ideas.
So I've always been like this, but my boyfriend bought 3 goats, and that kind of opened the floodgates for me. So I bought chickens, and I must have blacked out when I bought the chickens, because all of a sudden I had 26, and I don't know what happened. And then I bought 2 more goats, and then I bought a mini pony.
Wow.
But the goats are really interesting. So I grew up with horses and cattle. So when I got them, I put them in like the spot that had the nicest grass in the yard, and it was lush and beautiful, and they didn't eat any of it. So I was like, what the heck? What's going on? Turns out they like weeds, not grass. So they'll eat a wide variety of things like multiflora rose, honeysuckle, sumac, willow. Mine love mulberries. None of that is grass. So I ended up moving them down to around our little building, and it was full of weeds. They ended up eating everything. So I looked into it a little bit. It's actually referred to as goat scaping. You can rent goats, and you can have them clear out certain pieces of land. And if you go to the website that I looked at was called Goats on the Go. They'll have pictures of like before and after. It's amazing how quickly they can clear out an area. And I think it took my 5 goats 3 days to clear out all of the weeds in one spot. So, like I said, I looked into it a little bit. 20 adult goats can clear a quarter of an acre of land in 2 to 3 days, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of land for them to clear. And then they have a certain enzyme in their saliva that can neutralize a lot of seeds. So by the time it passes through the goat, the seed's essentially dead. So then that helps reduce the number of weeds that grow in the future because there's no viable seeds. And then the goats are really great for areas that are hard to clear, because like steep hills, so you don't have to mow them.
Mm-hmm.
They're also great for people that don't want to use herbicides to kill weeds. You just have to kind of make sure that the land is free of plastic, traps, glass, rusty metals, uncovered wells. It'd be really terrible to have a goat fall down a well. And then like a company will come in, they can temporarily fence it off, and the goats go to work, which is very interesting. And I looked into it. There is not one in our area of like Whiteside County. And I was like, well, maybe this should be my side business. But I'd have to buy some new goats. I don't know that I could part with mine enough to take them somewhere else. I think I'd have to buy different goats that I didn't love as much.
Yeah, I've got a relative that lives down in Albany or in that area, and she started off with chickens. She was the chicken lady, and she's ventured into goats for the last few years, and she really likes them. And,
they're funny. I bought them, I'm ridiculous, and I bought them a slide, and I found them a little picnic table, and they just jump off of everything. They're just so funny. I love it.
you do exercises, Pilates with the goats? No,
but I'm sure they jump on me. They try to eat me every time I walk in there. And I actually found an article. There was a fire over the 4th of July weekend. I can't remember where it was, and I didn't write it down. But the fire department chief was like, this fire would have been way worse had the goats not come in and cleared all of this like dead foliage out. And there was another article I read. There's a fire department out in California. It's either 600 goats or 900 goats. It's been a minute since I read it. They bring in this herd of goats and they use it to clear out all the dead foliage around. So like they're very useful. They're nifty and they're funny.
They're neat.
Yes. So that led me to solar grazing, which is kind of an interesting concept. There's a lot of solar farms in the area. They're popping up all the time. And so usually you'll have to have someone come in and mow, because if the grass gets too high, it blocks the panels, you don't get the sun. Well, you can solar graze. Generally you do it with sheep though. Goats wouldn't be good at this because they jump on everything.
Yeah, you don't want them jumping on those panels. Huh?
No. So sheep are the preferred animal, obviously, because goats climb, and then cattle and horses are a little too big to get in and under the panel mounts. But it's kind of a win-win situation because The sheep have a place to graze. They're shaded by the panels throughout the day, and then the solar company doesn't have to pay to come have someone mow around everything. And I also read solar companies can partner with beekeepers they'll plant like a native pollinator habitat and have the beekeepers there and have the bees pollinating everything, and they get to keep the honey.
Okay.
So it's kind of a neat concept. It's very conservation-y.
Well, that's part of your job, huh?
Yeah,
Finding out about all that stuff.
Yes. So it was interesting looking into that.
Okay. Well, let me see. It'll be gonna dig into some old notes here. Now, are there any hunting seasons coming up yet?
Not yet,
Not
I don't
yet?
think.
Okay. Now, you mentioned cover crops.
There is a new cover crop program. Farmers can get $10 an acre. It's the Illinois Conservation Cover Crop Initiative. It's through American Farmland Trust. And you can go to their website and you can download a form and get signed up that way.
Okay.
Yep.
And one other thing I see here. Oh, fall food plot sales. Now, got anything coming up?
Yes.
We're getting closer to fall.
Yeah. Yes, we will have bags of food plot mix for sale. I think we have 15 bags. So if you want one, you have to give the office a call. It's the number is 815-772-2124. And my extension is 116.
Okay, real
So
good.
yeah.
Well, what have we got coming up for next month? Jumping ahead too far?
Let's see. It might be. I got a couple waterway trainings, so maybe I'll
okay.
come back and tell you
Yeah.
about waterways.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, hey, we've been talking with Meghan Pettit from the Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District, and thank you, Meghan, for coming in, and
Thank
we
you.
will see you in a month.
Yep.
The Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District program is heard at 9:15 a.m. on the second Tuesday of every month, right here on KROS.
North Pole, Santa can't come to the phone right now. He's on vacation. Please leave a message at the beep.
Hi, Santa. This is Paul from KROS in Clinton, Iowa. I was hoping to recruit you.